Welcome to the Employco HR Chat. I'm Rob Wilson. With me is Jason Eisenhut.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for joining us for this week's HR Chat. So, Jason, we talk a lot in our business with our clients about what does the onboarding experience look for employees? What's that first 30, 60, 90 days? But if we drill down a little bit further, let's spend a few minutes talking about new hire orientation. So from before your new employee comes into your office, plant, whatever your business is, through the first couple of days.
Yeah, so like you said, I think that's a great point that onboarding is still really important. That's the first 30, 60, 90, 6 months, but orientation's one little part of that. So yeah, that's typically day 1, day 2, the first few days. So there's planning that should go into before that first day. Make sure that new hire knows where to go, who to ask for, make sure their work environment is ready to go. If they're an office employee, make sure their desk is cleaned up and things like that.
Always key.
Right.
Who wants to start with a dirty desk?
Right, fingernail clips, things. So make sure that everything is prepared in advance. The conference room's ready to go. It's booked. Projectors ready to go. The people who are going to be coming in and doing some training are ready to go and trained and feel good and comfortable, ready to train new hires. Because sometimes companies don't do this that often.
Right.
Maybe you have a new person who's going to be leading orientation they haven't done before. It's been a long time.
Yeah, you haven't hired someone in a few years. You had someone retire. You've got such longevity with your employees that you haven't hired someone in a while. So what does that look like?
Okay, so typically I think like most organizations think, but we have it. So HR@employco.com, let us know, because we have a toolkit that's I think 37 pages that talks about best practices. It's got a checklist of things to don't forget about. So the common ones that most organizations want to include is a company history. So where did the organization start? Where are we kind of from that point? Where are we now? Where are we going in the future? A tour of the building. Make sure they know kind of where some of the key parts of the building are, where they're going to be located, the copy room, the lunchroom, the break room.
The kitchen, the washrooms.
And if there's any safety, so if you are in a warehouse or manufacturing, we got to make sure from day one some of these safety items are highlighted during new hire orientation so we can avoid injuries and accidents. And then there's also introductions to people, some key people. Maybe there's the CEO or president come in and make a quick hello, maybe some other key stakeholders, introduce them to other people in the department. And with that, I think always is a great idea to kind of pay for that first day lunch for that person. Maybe their department that they're in, you can cater in lunch. And if you're able to go to a restaurant, that's even better.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more social, because the person's meeting a bunch of people for the first time. They're not going to remember everybody's name. Hopefully you remember their name, but they're meeting a lot of people. So I think lunch goes a far way because it really then sets up a social setting where people can get to know the new person.
But having this go well, there's a survey that says 1 in 8 employees, 1 in 8 every new hires is saying that their new hire orientation and onboarding experience went poorly. It did not go well. So this obviously starts the new hire on a bad foot and is more likely that you're going to see turnover or bad productivity and something like that.
And one of the things that we do, not on that first day, but before a new person starts at our company at Employco, we reach out to them with a half dozen questions. We get a quote from them. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite food? Just a couple of things that we can then share with, and we put out not in our newsletter, but a blast to all our employees. Say, welcome Jackson on Monday. He's starting in this position, and a little bit of
he loves
picture.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, exactly, or whatever your music. A couple quotes in that, so that way. Other people in the organization, they get a chance to, I like Bon Jovi too, or you're a Pitbull fan. And so if you've got something in common, it just gives a little bit of an icebreaker so you can connect socially, because you're coming into a new company as an employee, and it gives you an opportunity that, especially if someone's shy, gives them an opportunity to break the ice a little.
Yeah, I mean, even internally, we've had a couple new hires over the past few years that love the show The Office. That's their favorite show. That's one of my favorite shows. So and I get to talk to them anyways because I'm in HR. But there are other people in other departments that you're at an all-employee function. Maybe it's a Christmas lunch or dinner or something like the Christmas party, and someone can come over and say, "Hey, I remember in your new that you really liked chocolate-covered pretzels. That's my favorite too." I don't know.
That's pretty random.
But it's a nice icebreaker for coworkers to mingle and get to know each other.
Absolutely. So it's that new hire orientation, that first couple of days. of the whole onboarding process really sets the tone. So make them feel welcome, and it goes a long way.
So as I mentioned before, hr@employco.com, we have this toolkit. It's a PDF. It's a really user-friendly, easy readable document that talks through best practices with orientation, which again is this is one part of onboarding, but a nice checklist at the end to kind of remind you of all the different things to think of as you bring on new employees.
Right. Thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you.